It all began in 1995 when Paul Rogers was contacted about the work in North Caicos. He, along with the elders, formed a mission trip to the islands, and the work was begun. As a building was erected, and much help was given there on North Caicos. Also, a van was secured, and it was sent to the islands to help with the work as well as send lots of supplies. In 2000, the work was expanded to Providenciales. A large group went down then, included Bronnie and Nellie Colossus, Doug and Maxine Shepard, Alfred Williams, and many of our young people. Many fell in love with the work, especially Mabel Dunn. And because of that, she wanted to see so badly a building built for the people there in the islands. A fund was started. Her son, Monty Dunn, daughter, Vanessa McMullen, and Jason Dotson and his family continued the work until another group came. That group spread the work as well as trying to seek out a new building for the congregation. Here was the first meeting place of the church in the basement of this building. They then moved to the center portion of this that was not much larger than a classroom. Through the efforts of many, a building was secured and work began to make the building what it needed to be for these people. A building is important in the Turks and Caicos Islands to be a church. And as the work continued, another group came down and helped the building to get back to where it needs to be. Providenciales is a paradise on earth, a beautiful place, but much of the people live in poverty. As we can see from these pictures, their homes not much finished, and those that are finished are still in disarray. But we do notice on the islands, construction everywhere, even close to the church building in Blue Hills. Construction exists on this island because it is a paradise and the people continue to come. Even after a hurricane, the people of the Providenciales Church of Christ have helped to get it back to where it was before. With just lack of new windows on the front, which funds have already been secured for that, plus funds from even the Brethren in Central Church of Christ and many churches in America have sent over to help with the hurricane efforts. Much of the people's homes have been restored and the church building is now back to a place for worship. We are proud of this building that the Providenciales Church calls home. And now they are an established church because they do have a place of worship. Their culture demands that. And now we have helped to provide that. And we're thankful for those who have done so. One of the essential parts of Providenciales Church that makes it so successful is their minister, Brother Jack. Brother Jack spoke with us in depth of his love for the islands and his love for the people and the work he does. Here's an example of a radio program that he puts on weekly, discussing salvation and also the important steps to attaining salvation. What a wonderful work Brother Jack does, as well as all the church in Providenciales, and we're thankful for these people. On our recent trip, John Smith delivered some powerful sermons on the part of importance of being involved in his church. It was all translated by Brother Jack, as always, as they have a morning worship service in French Creole, a Bible class combined, and then an English worship service following that. Each and every Sunday they gather together for that, and then on Wednesday nights they separate through island to have their worship services. Another exciting opportunity we had on our recent trip was to talk about the importance of elders in the church. As many lessons were developed and given by John Smith, with help from Brian Qualls and Craig Shelton, the brethren went in depth into what it takes to be an elder and also a deacon. On Sunday morning, that lesson was also delivered during Bible study on the importance of elders and deacon's wife. As our time came to an end, we are hopeful and prayerful that soon this church will be self-sufficient with capable elders leading them. As this property worth well over $1 million and is now down to just thousands of dollars owing, we are excited about the future of the work in the Providentialis with such a tool as having a building and the importance of that in their culture. We are so thankful for everyone who has supported this work, those that have contributed to it, those continue to support it through prayer and also in presence. We are thankful for the eldership of the Central Church of Christ and their support and encouragement for these efforts, and the mission committee as they continue to support this as well. May God continue to bless the work in Providentialis and in Turks and Caicos, and His church the world over.